Most gardeners wait until it feels safe to plant. They watch the forecast, they second-guess the soil temperature, they hold back just a little longer. But here is what nobody tells you about April in the South. The heat that makes other regions nervous is literally your competitive advantage. There are 16 specific crops that do not just tolerate southern April heat, they feed off it. They grow faster, produce heavier, and taste better because of it. And the honest truth is most gardeners are sleeping on at least half of this list. So if you want a garden that actually performs this summer instead of just surviving, stay with me all the way to the end because this list is going to change how you garden completely. Hey, welcome back to Earthly Gardening. If you are brand new here, I am so glad you found this channel. This is the place where real gardeners come to learn how to grow more food without overcomplicating things and without spending a fortune doing it. Whether you have been turning soil for decades or you just bought your very first bag of potting mix, you belong here. And for my returning viewers, you already know we do not waste your time on this channel. No fluff, no filler, just honest practical information that actually works when you get outside and apply it. Before we jump in, if you have not subscribed to Earthly Gardening yet, please do that right now. We post fresh content every single week and you do not want to miss what is coming. Drop a comment below and tell me what you are planning to grow this April. I read every single one and love hearing what is happening in your gardens. Alright, let us get into these 16 crops. Crop 1, Sweet Potatoes. Starting with sweet potatoes, and before you think this is too basic, hear me out. April is the precise window to get your slips in the ground across most of the South, and the return on investment is impressive. A single slip can produce anywhere from 3 to 8 potatoes depending on your soil. They spread across the ground, creating a natural living mulch that blocks weeds while growing food at the same time. Plant them in loose, well-drained soil, give them full sun, water consistently through the first few weeks, and then let them run. One of the most self-sufficient crops you will ever grow. Crop 2, Okra. If you are gardening in the South and okra is not in your plan, we need a conversation. Okra was practically designed for hot, humid April conditions. It shoots up quickly, handles intense heat, and produces pods continuously from summer all the way through early fall. The more you harvest, the more it produces. Here is one tip that makes a real difference. Soak your okra seeds in water overnight before planting. That simple step breaks down the hard seed coat and speeds up germination noticeably. Plant them in full sun, give them good spacing, and then leave them alone. Okra wants heat and sun, not fussing. Crop 3, Southern Peas. Cowpeas, black-eyed peas, field peas, Crowder peas. Whatever name you grew up using, these are a southern garden staple, and April is the time to get them going. What makes southern peas especially valuable is that they fix nitrogen in your soil as they grow. Their roots pull nitrogen from the air and deposit it into the ground, making your garden more fertile just by having them in it. They handle drought better than almost anything on this list, they do not demand heavy fertilization, and they store well after harvest. Direct sow into warm soil, water them in, and let the sun handle the rest. Crop 4, Malabar spinach. This is where it gets interesting. Regular spinach bolts in southern heat and gives up on you fast. Malabar spinach does the complete opposite. It wakes up when temperatures climb and keeps producing glossy dark green leaves all the way through the hottest months. It grows as a vine, so you can train it up a trellis, a fence, or an old tomato cage, making it perfect for small garden spaces. The leaves are slightly thicker than regular spinach but taste excellent in stir-fries and soups. Once people start growing it, they almost never go back to struggling with heat-sensitive spinach again. Crop 5, Armenian cucumber. If regular cucumbers have let you down in the heat before, Armenian cucumber is about to restore your faith. Technically it is a melon, but it grows, looks, and tastes almost exactly like a cucumber. The critical difference is it handles heat stress far better than any traditional cucumber variety. It stays crisp and productive even when temperatures climb, grows fast, and produces abundantly. April is the ideal time to direct sow it across most of the south. Give it a trellis to climb, keep the soil consistently moist, and you will be harvesting by late May with plenty more coming right behind those first fruits. Crop 6, Yard-long beans. Also called asparagus beans, these are one of the most productive climbing crops you can add to a southern April garden. The pods grow to roughly 18 inches long and they are tender, slightly sweet, and incredibly versatile in the kitchen. You can stir-fry them, steam them, add them to curries, or snack on them raw straight from the vine. Plant them after your last frost date, which most of the deep south has already cleared by April, and give them something sturdy to climb. They will reach 6 feet tall or more, and because they grow vertically they take up very little horizontal space. Once they start producing they simply do not stop. Quick pause right here. If you are learning something useful today, hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second and genuinely helps this video reach more gardeners who need this information. If you know someone who is always asking what to grow in their southern garden, share this video with them directly. That is one of the best things you can do for a fellow gardener and for this channel. Now let us keep going because the second half of this list has some genuinely surprising ones coming up. Crop 7, Sweet corn. April is your window for sweet corn across most of the south and you want to use it wisely. Corn is a heavy feeder and a heat lover that performs best in consistently warm soil, which April delivers perfectly. The biggest mistake most first-time corn growers make is planting in a single long row. Corn is wind-pollinated, so the pollen from the tassels needs to fall down onto the silks. A single row cannot provide enough cross-pollination and you end up with poorly filled ears. Plant in blocks of at least 4 rows side by side. Amend your soil with compost before planting and side dress with nitrogen fertilizer about 3 weeks after seedlings emerge. Put in the soil work up front and corn will reward you generously. Crop 8, Edamame. Most people have only had edamame at a restaurant, but growing it yourself is simpler than almost anyone expects. It is just a soybean harvested while the pods are still young and green. It grows as a compact bushy plant that fits well into smaller garden spaces, and like southern peas it fixes nitrogen in your soil as it grows. Direct sow the seeds in April into warm soil, thin seedlings to about 6 inches apart, and water consistently. Harvest when the pods are visibly plump and bright green. Boil them with generous sea salt and eat them warm. Fresh homegrown edamame has a sweetness that no frozen grocery version can come close to matching. Crop 9, Luffa. Here is the one that stops people every single time. Yes, the luffa you scrub with in the shower is a real plant you can grow in your garden. But most people completely miss that you can also eat it. Young luffa gourds harvested before they mature taste similar to zucchini and are used in cooking across West Africa, India, and Southeast Asia. Let them fully mature and dry on the vine and you get a completely natural biodegradable bath sponge. It is a long season crop, which is exactly why April is the right time to start it in the south. Give it full sun, plenty of heat, and something sturdy to climb. It produces both food and a household product you would otherwise buy. That kind of efficiency is exactly what budget gardening is all about. Crop 10, Ginger. Planting ginger in April is one of the most satisfying low-effort moves in a southern garden. You do not need specialty rhizomes from a garden center. Grab a piece of fresh ginger from the grocery store, let it sit out a day or two to dry slightly, and plant it 2 inches deep in rich, well-drained soil. That is all it takes to get started. Ginger prefers warmth and partial shade, making it perfect for spots that get dappled sunlight rather than full sun all day. Keep the soil moist but never waterlogged through the summer. By fall, when the leaves yellow and die back, you can dig up your harvest. What you planted as one small piece will have multiplied into several, and the flavor of homegrown ginger is on a completely different level. Crop 11, Cherry tomatoes. Tomatoes had to make this list, but I want to be specific because choosing the wrong variety for southern heat is one of the most common gardening mistakes made down here. Large beefsteak types are heat sensitive when it comes to fruit sets. When temperatures consistently exceed 90 degrees, the blossoms drop before they can produce fruit and your plant just sits there looking healthy while giving you nothing. Cherry tomatoes are a different story entirely. Varieties like Sun Gold, Sweet 100, and Black Cherry stay productive even when conditions get intense. Get transplants in the ground in April, plant them deep, feed them regularly, and provide consistent water once they start producing. They will carry your garden all summer long. Crop 12, Moringa. If one crop on this list deserves its own entire video, it is moringa. Sometimes called the miracle tree, it earns that name through sheer nutritional density and growing capability. The leaves are extraordinarily rich in vitamins and minerals. The young pods are edible. The plant grows aggressively in southern heat and actually seems to prefer conditions that would stress most other crops. Start from seed in April and by midsummer you will have a productive plant you can harvest from regularly. Leaves can be dried and powdered and added to smoothies, soups, and teas. In the warmest southern zones, moringa can come back as a perennial year after year. Either way, you are getting extraordinary nutritional value from a plant that costs almost nothing to grow. Crop 13, Sweet Basil. Basil genuinely loves heat, and April in the south is exactly the warm, bright environment it thrives in. Beyond the obvious kitchen uses, planting basil near your tomatoes creates a beneficial relationship in the garden. Many experienced gardeners find that tomatoes grown near basil taste noticeably better, and basil can help deter certain pest insects that target tomato plants. Grow several varieties together. Genovese for classic cooking, Thai basil for Southeast Asian dishes, lemon basil for teas and salads, and purple basil simply because it is stunning. Pinch off flower heads regularly throughout the season. Once basil flowers, the leaves begin losing their peak flavor, so keeping it from blooming keeps it producing all summer long. Crop 14, Pigeon Peas. Pigeon peas are a genuine secret weapon for southern gardeners, and I cannot understand why more people are not growing them. They are a staple crop across the Caribbean, West Africa, and much of South Asia. They handle heat and drought with a level of resilience that almost nothing else on this list can match. The plant grows into a small woody shrub reaching 5 to 6 feet tall, which makes it useful as a natural windbreak or privacy screen in your garden layout. The peas are high in protein and can be eaten fresh or dried and stored for months. Like southern peas and edamame, they fix nitrogen in your soil as they grow. Plant from seed in April, water through establishment, and then let this incredibly capable plant handle itself. Crop 15, Calabaza Squash. If squash vine borers have destroyed your summer squash before, you know how heartbreaking that experience is. You watch a beautiful productive plant collapse almost overnight, and there is very little you can do once it happens. Calabaza squash is a West Indian pumpkin variety that carries significantly more resistance to common squash pests and handles southern heat far better than most squash types. The flesh is dense, sweet, and rich, perfect for soups, roasted dishes, and hearty stews. The fruits grow large and store extremely well after harvest, meaning one successful plant can keep feeding your family well into fall. Direct sow in April, give the vines plenty of room to spread, and let the heat drive the growth. Crop 16, Cranberry Hibiscus. Saving the most visually striking plant for last. Cranberry hibiscus is grown as a decorative ornamental in countless southern yards. People love the deep burgundy jewel-toned leaves and the delicate flowers that appear throughout the season. But here is what the vast majority of those gardeners do not know. Every part of the plant is edible. The leaves have a pleasantly tart, tangy flavor similar to sorrel, and they work beautifully in salads, herbal teas, and as a colorful garnish that actually tastes good. The plant handles southern heat and humidity without complaint, attracts pollinators naturally, and becomes drought-tolerant once established. It is productive, beautiful, functional, and almost nobody around you is growing it as food. That combination is exactly why it closes this list. And there it is. 16 crops built for southern April heat, and every single one of them within reach of any gardener regardless of experience level or budget. Here is your homework. Go back through that list, pick at least 3 crops you have never grown before, and get them in the ground before April is over. Your future self standing in a productive, thriving garden in July is going to be very glad you did. Leave a comment right now and tell me which crop surprised you most and which ones you are planting this weekend. I read every single comment and genuinely love hearing from this community. If this video gave you something useful today, please share it with a gardening friend. Good information deserves to travel, and there are gardeners out there right now who need exactly this list. And if you are not subscribed yet, hit that button right now and tap the bell so you never miss a new video. We are here every week with practical, budget-friendly gardening content made for real gardeners who want real results. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep your hands in the dirt and your garden growing. See you in the next one.